So I went to Japan and I wanted to make a guide for anyone that wants to go to Japan. All right, with this one, I'm going to start off with what to bring. So for storage and organization, you're wanting to bring a suction bag. So one of those bags that you can use for storage. It's like if you put jackets, put it in, it sucks the air out and it makes more space. Suction bags are definitely, for me, it was very helpful. I'm only going over based on my experience in Japan. The next thing you want to bring is something to put coins in. Yeah, you can get away with paying a lot of stuff with your credit card, or nowadays you could probably almost pay for anything digitally, but there's still some places that require cash. You want to bring some kind of coin pouch, fanny pack, whatever, unless you want to carry all your coins inside your pocket or your backpack. I think this is pretty good. It is a battery pack. If you're ever planning to be in Japan, a battery pack helps because you are wanting to film a lot of things. If you have a good phone that has a good battery, for sure that's good. But I don't. So I like to film a lot of stuff, and then over time, batteries just start to lose, with as the battery goes on, the battery life just starts to diminish or starts to decrease. So a battery pack is definitely good because I use my phone for a lot of things, for filming, for pictures, for transport, for paying. For most tourists, I think you'll be walking a lot, so you'll need a good pair of walking shoes. In my time in Japan, we walked a lot. We wanted to visit a lot of touristy places, museums, restaurants. You definitely want to bring a good pair of walking shoes. Make sure you pack for the season that you're going. So, for example, I visited during the winter. I at least brought 2 jackets because I didn't want to overpack. I at least want to have one while the other one washes at least. So my packing strategy is to never overpack. So for example, what I did is I filled up my carry-on with the suction bags inside. So I was able to pack more. I've only took my carry-on, filled it up with the suction bags and all that because it makes it hard to transfer between stations whenever you get to hotel. And especially when you come in from the airport, it just makes it a whole lot harder. So basically, I carry on the whole way, and then at the end of Japan, I bought my souvenirs and my checked bag. Unless you're looking to use a transport company, it would make it easier. But I didn't use a transport company. I just used my carry-on, carried it all throughout Japan, and towards the end, I bought a checked bag because I didn't have a checked bag. I needed a new checked bag, so I purchased one in Japan. The point is, don't overpack unless you plan on using a transport company to take your baggage from one place to the next. Travel insurance. So when it comes to visiting a different part of the world, you never know what might happen out there. You can get sick, you can get injured, whatever. Life happens, right? But let's say, in case you wanted to get travel insurance, I did mine with Geo Blue. So it's basically Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Again, none of this is sponsored. It's just going over my experience. So I purchased it. In my opinion, it wasn't that expensive. It's like no more than, depending on what coverage you want, I paid no more than 100. Travel insurance is optional. You don't have to. And research a lot of stuff. Like don't just take my word for it. Do your research and find out many plans that work for you. I think it's important that you don't skip this step. So for one, you want to build an itinerary. But upon building an itinerary, I think for me it made it easier for me to see to use a visual itinerary. So it has like you can put it in the form of a slideshow, a video, something with visuals. So for me, it was a slideshow, and I used Canva to produce or to make my itinerary. I also did a list itinerary. So I used Google Docs just to make my itinerary. So the itinerary can be the name of the hotel, the address, a link that goes directly to the booking of your hotel or Airbnb. So it has all these links, right? So it has embedded links. I used for the address, I used Google Maps. So I had like the address embedded into a link, the location, the booking confirmation page. So everything I had there, and a picture of the place that was shown online on my itinerary. So it was pretty cool. And then also the time you check in and the time you check out, the date that you check in and the time you check out. So it helped a lot. So Canva and Google Docs, I created my own itinerary, and on Canva there's a lot of templates you can use. One thing I used for my travel, and this is optional, you don't have to use it. So my recommendation is just go in to the travel advisory if you do plan, and just look through the website and see what resources are there for you. Yeah, if you're a citizen in your own country, find out what resources there are for you while you're out there. I was surprised to see that there are some sources that can help while abroad. Travel advisory website, and just do a bit of digging for yourself. Just look at it, go through many pages and see what you can use, or inform yourself of what are the resources out there for you. And it's up to you. You don't have to, but check out the Smart Enrollment Traveler Program. Another thing that can help with traveling to Japan, you want to register your visit on the Visit Japan website. It pretty much saves time in the immigration and customs. I'll give you a QR code. You just want to screenshot that and show it there. Yeah, if you want to know how to fill it out, there's many YouTube videos online already with that information, step by step on how to do it. When it comes to booking your stays and your activities, I always use many websites, so I don't just stick with one and have to pay the price that they asked to. So you want to find out what's the best for you and what's your budget. For me, it's comparing prices, what areas I wanted to stay. For me personally, I wanted to stay close, maybe like no more than 20-minute walk from the stations, not too close. So I looked at many websites, many booking websites, not only websites, but I looked at Airbnb, Vrbo. I looked at hotels websites. There's many third-party booking websites that allow you, that are more cheaper than the competition. So I stayed close to train stations or stations in Japan. Oh, and also make sure to read reviews to see how good or what other people are saying about the hotel or the Airbnb. See if it's a good fit for you, if this is what you want. Like, for example, if you want to stay close to, I don't know, Universal, find out what's a good one that's close to, there's a lot of them that are close to the Universal Studios. Find out which ones are right for you. Make sure you get what you're looking for and at the price you're looking for. There are some hotels that have laundries, for sure, like coin laundries, and there's a lot of places that are close to coin laundry, so you can definitely wash your clothes. But our Airbnbs are good if you need to do laundry. So compare on your budget, on your trip style, and just go from there. If you're mainly looking into hotels, I looked at mine through Klook and Agoda. In this one, I'm gonna go through apps that have made my trip easier in Japan. So starting off, I'm gonna say Google. Definitely saved me when it comes to translating and reading. On Google Translate, you can use conversation mode if you need help with directions. So conversation mode is good if you're trying to get directions to some place. Camera Translate, just point your camera to any sign in Japan if you're trying to read. I mean, a lot of places in Japan would have it in English as well, but there are some signs that are not translated in English, so that's why I used the camera on the Google Translate. Transportation. So this is transportation. There are apps that I used, or there's some apps already built in the iPhone that I use for transportation. For example, the Apple Wallet or the Apple Pay. I use that for just train stations. So they're on the train station, they usually have what is it called? A gate where you could just scan your physical Suica card or your Apple Pay, whatever. I use that as my iPhone for my ticket. For every time I would get on a train, I would use my Apple Wallet, and I used my Suica within the Apple Wallet. For me, it was the easiest and the most convenient, so I did that. You can also get Suica physical cards at each train station. They're pretty good for souvenirs, but I used my iPhone for basically majority of the trip. I did get a Suica card, but I saw that using my iPhone was more convenient, so it was a lot better. Another app that you can use was the Smart EX. That's smart with the letter E and then X, to purchase bullet trains or Shinkansen ticket train. So if you needed to move far, like large distances in Japan, definitely you want to reserve, or you can buy reserved seats or non-reserved seats in the Shinkansen. For any small distances that you want to travel, you can just head to any station. Yeah, you just scan your Apple Wallet and just go to any train. But if you want to go long distances in Japan, Shinkansen is definitely a way. You just purchase your ticket. It can be scheduled, or it can be reserved or non-reserved. Just schedule it at whatever time you plan on traveling from one destination to the next. There's a lot of ways that you can travel within Japan. I did ask ChatGPT. I didn't use any of these that ChatGPT said. According to ChatGPT, it did give me some information on how to travel within Japan, as Shinkansen is not the only way of traveling long distances. You can also travel through airport. So if you want to fly from, let's say, Tokyo to Osaka, it's less time than a bullet train, and I think it even said it's around the same price or less or cheaper. I don't know. I didn't use I didn't fly from one place to the next. Interestingly, I wanted to share this that ChatGPT gave me information on. They do have overnight buses that travel from one destination to the next that can save you a night's worth of hotel bookings / reservations. I never did that. Like, I never tried that method, but that's what ChatGPT gave me as a way to save if you're trying to do that. Overnight buses takes you from one place to the next. It saves you a night of booking from a hotel. But yeah, never tried that, but that's what ChatGPT gave me. In Japan, you can use a eSIM or a SIM card. Yeah, a lot of the companies in the US would be expensive to use their networks in Japan, so you can always opt for eSIM or SIM card. I've heard that you can purchase SIM cards at the airport. I never tried that. I used eSIM. So because me and my brother were traveling, I had him use a different company eSIM and I used a different company eSIM. Just in case one company network went offline, I still had the other one to rely on. Mine was Airalo and my brother's was Sail. So you can use whatever eSIM that you want. Or I used eSIM. I found that using an eSIM was cheaper than a regular SIM card, or even cheaper than using your company's network from the US or from wherever you're from. So if you want to use my code for the Airalo, you can. Or if you're planning a trip to Japan or anywhere in the world, the Airalo works in many countries in the world. So definitely take a look into different eSIMs if you want to look into Saily, or if you want to look into Airalo. I used Airalo. Airalo works for many countries, not just Japan. If you want to use my code, use Team3345 to stay connected on your trip abroad. The next thing I want to go over is money and payment tips. You can use your phone, again the Apple Wallet. You can use the Suica or the Pasmo on your Apple Wallet to pay for stuff. It doesn't only work for trains. I use mine only for trains, but you can use it to pay for things at any convenience store, any store. You can use that as a wallet or for train pass. If it's not a hassle for you, you can pay for most things using cash. So the upside of using cash, I did pay for things using my card, but it only leads to foreign transaction fees or whatever, which is not bad. I mean, if you do purchase a lot of things using your card, then yeah, those fees can add up. But what I did is I used physical cash and only changed here and there whenever I found the best rates. Yeah, the only downside is you can't fold the dollar bills, and if you have change, you're gonna have to carry physical coins. That's why I recommend Coin Pouch or Fanny Pack. But that's the only downside. The upside is you don't get the foreign transaction fees, but the downside is you have to carry cash. So just general smart tips before going to Japan. Watch tutorial videos on how to set up your visit to Japan, or how to set up the QR code, or even how to get tax-free. Double check your bookings across multiple websites just to make sure you have the check-in, the checkout date, and time. Have a backup internet option so you can always download maps or download whatever you need offline. So whenever you're online, make sure you download stuff, and whenever you're offline, you have access to all your things. Have your itineraries saved offline. So if you don't have access to certain documents, definitely have some stuff downloaded or have them saved offline. So just want to quickly summarize. So apps or softwares that you can use: Canva, Google Docs, Apple Wallet, Smart EX app. Helpful websites: Visit Japan and travel advisories. For planning, you always want to have an itinerary, either a visual itinerary or a worded list itinerary, whatever works for you, or a video. Yeah, optional but not required travel insurance. Anything can happen, or nothing can happen, you know? And most importantly, I think this is the most important one. Definitely be on your best behavior, follow the rules, be respectful of other tradition, people, etc. And yeah, those are my tips on traveling to Japan, how to make it easier for you. If you have any questions, I'm always open to answering them. Bring your questions to me and I'll see if I'm able to answer them, or if I'm able to refer you to like some place online that has the answer or something. I don't know. I'm here to help if you guys ever have any questions about Japan before going, during your stay, or after. I don't care. Just I'm looking forward if you have any questions. Catch y'all later. Bye.